today I'm focusing on the samples that are used in today's music, whether it be pop, hip hop, etc., etc. This music has been sampled several times. The first song that we started with, Shape My Heart by Sting. This song was released in 1993 on the 10 Summoners Tales album. So let's listen to exactly what that sounds like, and then let's listen to the other songs that stole or sampled from the original. This song is in the key of F sharp minor. Now I've got my piano to the side of me, even though I'm not showing it right now, but here is basically the chord progression. We have F sharp minor, we have E major, we have D major, or I'm sorry, in this case, B minor 7, and then A C sharp, K major, or you might want to add a 7 to it. That's the basic chord progression. Now, of course, the way that it arpeggiates some of the guitar parts is beautiful. So it's such a beautiful and just inspirational piece, and you can see why it was sampled so much. The Message by Nas was released in 1996 on It Was Written album. So let's listen to that. So you can see that Nas version is actually a half step higher because they sped it up. So this is an exact sample, not to be confused with the interpolation. Interpolation is where someone may take elements from the original song to get an idea for another song. But I believe this is an exact sample of it, and we're going to raise it a half step. So the first chord is going to start on G minor, right? G, B flat, and D, right? Of course, you can invert it however you want to. So that's pretty cool. And then you notice that it faded in. So, and then eventually the beat drops right there at the end. The next song is Tory Lanez Pieces featuring 50 Cent, which is also using the same sample. This song Pieces was released on the 2018 Memories Don't Die album. Let's go to listen to that. Now I'm going to fast forward just a little bit because there is some profanity on this, and I try to keep this channel clean as much as possible when I can. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. And the funny thing about it is that this is an exact, once again, sample, but now it's in a different key, and you're going to hear that when I play a little bit of it. On the sofa, then woke up a new persona and walked inside of a room and told her remove her clothes. All right, so you can see that now we've moved up even more. So trying to make things sound a little different. Now we're in the key of G sharp minor or A flat minor, depending on how you want to put it. So. Okay, so we're going to end on that E flat major or D sharp major, whichever you want to consider it. I say E flat major, and A flat minor is the key, or G sharp minor, whichever way you want to do it, and harmonically. So anyway, let's go to the next song. How many other songs sample that guitar melody or that guitar pattern? You let me know in the comments. Maybe you know. Okay, so the next song I'm going to look at is Don't Say a Word by Ellie Goulding. Now, Ellie Goulding's song is the original, unless there was something else that came before it, but this song was released in 2012 on the album Halcyon or Halcyon. I have that song being in D minor. Now that might be not the exact key, but it's very, you know, just very smooth and, you know, kind of what you might think of like an Egyptian scale, similar to that. But there's a lot of chromaticism in it, but mainly the main notes that are being used is. So the main notes that are being used is based off the relative D minor scale, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. But there's also some chromaticism in there. So you have this like kind of E flat, somewhat kind of in something like that too as well. That might not be exact, but this is what the melody was. So now let's see where it was sampled at. We're gonna listen to Pound Cake / Paris Morton Music 2 by Drake. All right, so this particular song, Pound Cake, was released in 2013, 1 year later, on the album Nothing Was the Same. And it does feature Jay-Z and Ellie Goulding, of course, because it has her on there, and Jimmy Smith. So let's listen to that real quick. All right, let's listen to this real quick, and I fast forwarded some because there's some speaking in the beginning, but we're gonna see where the beat drops, and you'll kind of hear that melody very wet in the background. Cool. So very cool way to use it. Just like everyone uses samples, sometimes it's good just to kind of set the mood, put it in the background, throw some verb on it, and then you are good to go. You could say that this song was very popular because it was also used again some years later in 2022 by Lil Baby in the song called In a Minute, which is on the album It's Only Me, released in 2022. So let's listen to that real quick. And this one, they have lowered it a lot, but let's listen to it and slowed it all the way down. All right, that's cool, you know. So hey, slow it down, make it change the tone of it, so now it sounds more like a man singing it. Very good way to, you know, just definitely change the sample up a little bit. All right, this next song is the song True by Spandau Ballet. Now, I always thought that this song was recorded by Bee Gees. Show you how much I didn't know. And I know I've heard this song so many times, and it's been sampled quite a bit. We're gonna get to the samples or who sampled it in a moment. But this song was released on the album True in 1983. So that was 1 year before I was born, actually. So I am a young man, but I still know a lot about all the old school music. I'm an old school person. How about you? You like old school music? Yes, you do. I know you do. That's why you came to this video. But anyway, 1983, and this is the original and what it sounds like. We're just going to listen to the beginning of it. The first song that I believe that it was sampled in, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, maybe there's other songs, but the song Set It Drift on Memory Bliss, which is on the 1991 release of The Heart of the Soul and of the Cross, the Utopia Experience by PM Dawn. Now, this song, of course, this was in a club, so you know you was kicking this. So if you was in the 90s, you already know about it. Anyway, let's listen to this one. Okay, definitely a sample. Nothing, sometimes songs are re-recorded, you know, still same music, but re-recorded. This is, you can definitely tell that's just a sample itself. Let's listen to the next song, which also sampled the original. And this is by Lloyd You, which is one of my favorite songs. I remember back in the time when it came out. This came out in 2007, released on the album Street Love, featuring Lil Wayne, but we're gonna listen to some segments of this. I might skip around because there are certain parts that were actually imitated and copied too as well, but let's go to this song, You by Lloyd. This one doesn't actually use the exact sample, but there are certain elements, interpolation, which is what I mean. You're taking parts from another song to reuse. So it's been recorded a different way. Chord changes are in a different key too as well, but let's listen to just this one part. I was just trying to pick up the key. The original song, the True Spandau Ballad or Spandau Ballad, is in the key of G major. So it's going G major 9, E minor 9, and then it goes to C major 9, then I think it's a B sus or a B minor, that chord there. It might be a B augmented. I'm not really trying to learn the song right now, but I just picked that up earlier. By the way, if you're liking this video, definitely give it a like. It definitely helps it spread to more people. And if you want to, it's no pressure. If you want to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and do that. All right. I love you all. Let's get back to it. This song right here is a song that I had never heard of before, but it was sampled in something that is so popular right now in this day and time that you probably wouldn't even know that this was the original song. But let's check it out. This song is called Show Nuff by the group Sly Slick and Wicked. This song was released in 1973, and this is what it sounds like. And let me know if you recognize the song. All right. Did you know what the song was? If you don't know, let me show you. Justin Timberlake. The song is called Suit and Tie. Suit and Tie was released in 2013 on the 2020 Experience. One of the most phenomenal albums I've ever heard in my life. Production was just amazing. But anyway, Justin Timberlake just released a new album, everything that I thought it was. I think that's correct. Hopefully I said that the right way. I'm listening to the album and I'm jamming to the album, but let's listen to Suit and Tie so you can understand how this sample from the Show Nuff applies to this. Let's listen to that. Okay, so let me say something about this song. Now, this, I'm going to play the very ending of it because I don't want to get all the words. There's a lot of words and singing. Great song. You've heard the song before. I performed it quite a bit live for weddings and other things like that. I'm going to play the very end of it. Now, this is not an exact sample, I don't think. I think that it was just interpolated. You know, they took part of it and they decided to re-record it and make it a little different. So let's listen to that part. Okay, and they actually, I think on the original Show Nuff, they actually do those hits, if I'm correct. So you think? Yeah, so it's a little different, but they just do ba da ba 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 ba. They go da 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 da. But you change the accent to make it a little different, but you can see where the inspiration came from. Now, if you're looking at this song, Show Nuff, it might say that it was released in 2013. It was not released in 2013. Make sure you know it was released in the 70s. You can hear the sound of it. All right, but such a gorgeous song. This song, I Love Your Smile by Shanice, was released in 1991 on the album Inner Child. Such a beautiful song. It just makes you smile. It just makes you feel really good about life. And it definitely makes you want to dance. So we're going to take a look at this original song, but we're going to take a look at the songs that actually sampled from this song too as well. Okay, cool. That's actually really all we need because that's going to be sampled a lot. People are, now, this is not going to be an exact sample, but it's going to be interpolated. Undecided by Chris Brown on the album Indigo, released in 2019, uses this song quite a bit. It has those da-da-da-da-da-da-da, those samples, so we're going to listen to that real quick. Such a great album. Also, the 1111 album, if you haven't heard the album, you can go check that out. The newest album by Chris Brown. I actually just redid, a little snippet of the song Angel Numbers, so you can check that out. I might have it pop up like right now. If you want to, you can go look at that and see like the little short that I made where I recorded all just a cappella vocals basically inside a Cakewalk, my main DAW. So definitely check that out if it interests you. Okay, got a little pan flute in the beginning and kind of like that. All right, this next song I just had to throw in here because I just kind of stumbled upon it because I was listening to another song by Justin Timberlake, and you know the song Sexy Back. All right, there's a part where it breaks down and says, "You ready? Yeah. You ready? Yeah, I'm bringing sexy back." All right, now I did not know this, and I was looking at the credits and come to find out that this song was actually sampled from another song by Eddie Bo called Hook and Sling Part 1. So let's listen to just the very beginning of that song. Now, I'm not going to play Sexy Back because you know how the song goes. You know where it breaks down at. But listen to this and you'll kind of hear that, "You ready?" Okay, which is kind of crazy. I love that part of the song. I don't know if this is an exact sample, but I believe it is an exact sample. So let's check that out.
You ready? Yeah! Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yes, that funky groove. Miss those drum grooves just like that. All right, this next song is one of the old school, like, phenomenal artists that, I mean, if you haven't heard any of his music before, then I don't know where you've been. Like, you know, even if you young or younger than me, you should know some of this music. None other than Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes' song Ike's Rap 2, which was released in 1971 on the Black Moses album, is a phenomenal song, but it's just mainly him doing a lot of talking. So I was surprised to find out that this was sampled in some other music of today's pop music. I'm gonna give you a heads up. You can look at like websites like whosampled.com to find out where they were sampled at. It seems like this song was sampled 11 times, but there's one song that I want to pay attention to because I really love this song. And let's listen to that song, but first, let's listen to the original.
Love. Love. I know you can hear me. You see, we've known each other a long time. I guess right now you've got the last laugh.
All right, so it just, you know, it's amazing, you know, reverb, just saturated, just really cool in your face, just like really like great conversational lyrics. Alessia Cara's song Here was released in 2015 on the debut album called Know It All. And I mean, it's just a gorgeous song, but you can hear an exact sample of Ike's rap in the very beginning. Let's listen to that.
I guess for now you've got the last laugh.
I'm sorry if I seem.
The very last song that I want to talk about today is a song that's a sample that's been used in a song that I really fell in love with too as well. But let's listen to the original. All right, and then of course, you know, when you're ready, come and get it. Comes right in. We used to play this song all the time, so I really like this song too as well. You all right, you endured this. How great was this to learn like the history of these songs? I feel a little bit more connected with these songs that I've never heard before in my life. And, you know, it just shows you that regardless of how much you know about music, there's so many songs out there that you don't even know about. And there's so many songs that have been sampled before. So this is your turn to let me know in the comments, what songs should I listen to? And let me know who sampled it or whichever, and then I can try to do another version of this. Now, it took me a while to put out the second version. The first version, if you haven't seen that, where I talked about 5 songs that have been sampled in rap music, definitely go check that out. And it should be popping up about right now. All right, you know, if you like cakewalk tutorials, anything dealing with home studio, definitely check this channel out. Just the Norm. I love you all. Peace.